the more octaves, and so one way you can do it is with the LP, another way is with any good equalizer. Don't even have to be a 31 band. Any good equalizer, you see what I'm saying, that you can hook up. Because most systems now don't come with tape to monitor. So you go get a preamp and plug it in certain things. You might plug it into the alternative, the auxiliary. But to get you a good equalizer and work with the octaves and work with the things so you can get that sound back. Because the digital, you hearing sound, but you're not hearing sound. It's not going to the inner ear melanin. So it doesn't heal you. It doesn't heal you. You see, because I remember when I was working, you know, I work now, but I'm talking about on the conventional thing. I had to get up in the morning and stuff. I get up and I'd be damn near dead. And I'd get under that music and under them headphones with that LP, and I would heal myself. So you can heal yourself right now by going, because the only thing you're doing is going to the quantum world. Mm-hmm. What we're dealing with now is there's a whole, now you're saying, well, what has this got to do with stuff now? Because the quantum world has opened up. Mm-hmm. Now, which means there's an alternative dimension that's inside of you that you are in residence of. It's just that you don't know that you're resident. So in so many words, there's a whole other field, and if they didn't have heart, the heart machine creates the weather now. Mm-hmm. Because if they didn't create the weather, because I saw it in Atlanta, it got up to 80 degrees in February. And then the planes would come with the chemtrails and drop it every day, and then it would get back cold. And I said, oh, they're creating the weather because the quantum world, the atmosphere and everything has already changed, as well as your DNA. So as a result, if they didn't artificially create a certain simulated weather, you would already know that this dimension is already done dissipated to a whole nother realm. And the only thing that's keeping it from being that other world is your mind still thinking it's Tuesday 1980. And it's a whole nother realm that's going down. And the entire government is dismantling under Iraq. They'll never be able to come out of Iraq. I told people that the week before they went into the war in 2003. I said they'll never be able to come out of that. Never. There's going to be a war that will start and it will last until this country. Well, that's not too far-fetched. Hell, England and France had a war for 100 years. And it doesn't have to do anything with military might. It has something to do with the spirit world and the change of certain situations that have to keep them there based on ego, based on their temperament, and based on politics. And they didn't learn it from Vietnam. It was a spiritual war. And they got beat in Vietnam, they got beat in Korea. You see what I'm saying? And the only reason why they celebrate World War II, because it was a family fight. You see what I'm saying? But, so there's stuff that's being dismantled every day. So what's reading on one area of the everyday news, there's something going on the other area that's something spiritual. And they got players in the game. Okay, you got the god Horus. Anybody know the story of Horus? It's the basic hero story. This is Harpocross, the baby Horus. This is very key. That's the picture of one, because that Harpocross is back on the scene. We know this because you can pick up the energy from certain things since January. You say, what the hell is this? What you talking about? Harpocross, or the baby Horus, is nothing but your soul in the infant state that has just woke up. And in order to identify with it, you got to come out of adulthood and become a child again. That's why I say get into your music, or get into whatever you was in high school and elementary school. See what I'm saying? It might take, go and get you a freeze pop, gingerbread cookies, or some Mary Jane candy. It don't matter, because you're trying to tap into something before you was murdered in the left brain aspect of ego. Because you're going to have to be the children, because your children are now the adults. Because their mind and ego based on the hip-hop thing say you got to be hard. And as a result, it shuts down the spirit realm. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be a kid. See what I'm saying? You got to be a kid. You know, I don't know, pop your wife in the face with some spitballs. I don't know what this might take. fart on her hand. It don't matter, because so you thinking it's funny, but what you're doing is you got to come out the rigid monster world of what is called adult in the Western Hemisphere. You see what I'm saying? You see, you got to become that child again. Y'all all right? You understand where I'm coming from here? Now, okay, so I want to do that because this Harbor Cross is now, and this is interesting here. I want to show you this. I got a tape called Pan Outside the Circles of Time. I want to show you this. Isn't it interesting? This is the baby Horus and the baby Jesus. Later on, the baby Jesus. In the pre-dynastic era, it was this god called Pan. Later on, traveled up into Phoenicia and ended up in Greece. But this is the little goat god Pan. But it's the baby Pan. Later on, you get Pan, you get goat god. Later on, became the template for the devil. Pan is also Capricorn. Capricorn represents child born in the cave, the womb. Capricorn is also Saturn, where you get the word Sabbath from. The god Pan, the little baby god Pan, the goat god Pan, which later on became the template for the devil in later Christian cults, is none other than the Jesus character in the pre-dynastic Egyptian cult. It's called Diopan, or the green man. He holds a flute that is also, the flute is representative of music. You see, the horns just represent God of nature. But it's the baby Horus, later on the baby Jesus. So in so many words, them taking the iconology of an earlier form and turning it into the devil, that was actually talking about Jesus. Ain't that something? Isn't it ironic how things turn around that when you get into further study of the Christ energy, when you find the later aspects, which is the older aspect coming back in new revelations, a new study on this thing, the iconology that they named the devil was actually the original iconology of Jesus or Horus, the Christ figure. Now here he is, as an adult, the goat god Pan, teaching Olympus how to play music. All the stuff I talk about the Christ, the music is the shit. Here you guys see, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Here is the god Pan, which the adult one is a form of Dionysus and a form of Osiris. Osiris, Dionysus, Pan. The adult Pan is a form of Dionysus and a form of Osiris. He's teaching Olympus, a god, how to play the music. The story is that Pan, as the little one, could play the music so good until he was invited into heaven. He was so special with the music, so the God said, hey, you got to give him up here. So many words, these mythological stories is saying it is in your music. And when your music got fucked up, you get fucked up. Only thing you got to do is just go back to your music. Whatever it is that brought you there. You know, when you got into some good stuff and you went there, you need to find whatever that is. Or just keep playing one of the CDs or one of the LPs until you get to the one that hits the spot. Because playing it repetitiously also shuts it down. Sometimes you got to change it up. Because the key to the chaos, or what they call the cosmos, is chaos. And chaos, they say in the order of chaos, change is supreme. It's only chaos because it changes every minute, and you're trying to bring order to that which can't bring order. You need to change too. So you got to mix it up. You see what I'm saying? So this stuff is simple, but sublime. You all right? Okay, let's go on. Gotta make my case. Okay, gotta make my case. I just want to give you that. I want to give you that that particular aspect. The God Pan is also called all in all. I thought they said Allah was all in all. See what I'm saying? See, if you get Kenneth Rayner Johnson's book called The Fucanelli Phenomenon, came out in 1980 overseas. Fucanelli was a French alchemist that broke some secrets and some mysteries in the middle of the 20th century. And the CIA in America, the British intelligence, and all of them was looking for him, and he disappeared. They have a scene in Fucanelli. There's a movie called Chronos that talks about this. But Fucanelli is this alchemist in France that broke some mysteries of alchemy, which is the mysteries of melanin. And as a result, the governments all converged trying to find him. You see what I'm saying? Trying to find him. In the Fucanelli phenomenon, when he talks about Fucanelli,